What to leave in, what to leave out. We're going to continue with Wayne, Vincent, Sam in the Netherlands, Virgil in Ohio, and others in just a moment. We got William Lewis with us, the maker of Camp FEMA. You can start pre-ordering it today. It's going to be shipping out in the next 15, 16, 17 days or so. The official release date is the 18th of September. I feature heavily in it and consulted on it. This is a great film. This is the truth. This needs to be seen to stop this whole agenda. We need to make this a big film. Let's go ahead and go to a clip here of some of the selects from Camp FEMA. Here it is.
And technology has created a new brand of terrorism. There were persons who, for whatever reason, came to view their home country as the enemy.
The kind of right-wing, religious-based domestic terrorism.
Disturbing news tonight about homegrown terror.
Part of this is big change in the White House, a new cultural experience, and some of the crazies are coming out of their closet.
Right now, it looks like there is no connection between the men arrested and any known terrorist cell.
Homegrown.
Homegrown, I should say.
Folks, we've got a very serious situation here. I'm holding what is called the right-wing extremism, current economic and political climate, fueling resurgence and radicalization and recruitment. And in it, we talked about the fact that they define pro-lifers as domestic terrorists. They put this in a Department of Homeland Security document, this official assessment, now saying pro-lifers, people that believe in end-time prophecies, people that are opposed to the administration's position on immigration, those of us that are standing up for the sanctity of life and for the sanctity of marriage, all of those are now potential, and this is what they're saying, domestic terrorists.
It's a terrorist next door that could be our bigger threat.
They call people who believe in the sanctity of life, who believe in owning firearms, who believe in serving their country in the military and coming back, who are very concerned about the policies that this nation is embarking on, spending too much money, taxing too much. It's all listed right here. These are the domestic right-wing extremists.
1 million names under the watchful eye of the United States. America's so-called terrorist watch list has hit the record number, according to one of the country's most prominent civil liberties groups.
That's a lot of people to keep track of. They're adding new people all the time.
It's a secret list that you don't know really quite how one gets on, and you don't know how you get off.
They're coming out and profiling huge groups of people. You know, if you voted for a certain political candidate, you should be considered a potential threat. And you couple that with things like the Patriot Act, where if you are a threat in their eyes, you can be held without access to judge, jury, and without access to a lawyer or even to your family. That's very concerning because we've watched our country go through and do this to brown people, you know, overseas. They're rounding up enemy combatants and they're putting them in camps and they are torturing them. That is a fact. We know that.
In Missouri, a new document meant to help Missouri law enforcement agencies identify militia members or domestic terrorists has drawn criticism. The February 20 report, called the Modern Militia Movement, mentions such red flags as political bumper stickers for third-party candidates, such as Ron Paul, who ran for president, talk of conspiracy theories, such as the plan for a superhighway linking Canada to Mexico, and possession of subversive literature. So the state police in Missouri have been told that if you see a car with a bumper sticker that opposes the so-called creation of North American Union, the superhighway, that you are probably following a militia member, that you are following an anti-government radical. If you see a car with a bumper sticker that says Ron Paul for president, you might be dealing with a violent radical, exercise extreme. All
right, hit pause. And now they say if you disagree with Obama, you're a racist.
Number one stories for...
We've got the sneak peeks and trailers and all the rest of it up at Infowars.com. If you want to start pre-ordering, Camp FEMA ships out on or before September 18th. This film, New World Order on DVD, expanded with a bunch of great extras that I'm, of course, in and also consulted on. We're selling it, available at Infowars.com, discounted out of the gates. And Gary Franchi is joining us coming up in the next segment with the balance of the hour, the producer of Camp FEMA, with the director right now, William Lewis. I want to continue right now with your phone calls. I'm also going to smatter in some other top stories we haven't gotten to yet coming up in this hour. Wayne in Canada, you're on the air. Welcome. What's on your mind?
Hi, how are you, Alex? I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome.
Thank you. I just want to let you know that my wife was listening to your show for the last year and a half, 2 years, and I am now just becoming a believer in the last few months. But she has heard your comment about the government doesn't own the sun yet. Okay? And we both believe that, of course. Now, what she has done is filed an actual document with the government to claim the power of the sun, the energy of the sun. And we have the business number, and now we have the documents for the patent.
Ooh, that's an idea. And then, because you can also sue them over their chemtrailing, that's torturous interference.
Right.
When they try to block the sun out, the science czar says they're doing this and want to expand it. That's hurting your crops. That's hurting your life. That's why they keep the details secret, so people have trouble suing them. But I think that's a way to stop them. Let's bring William Lewis up. William, that's an intriguing idea that Wayne has in Canada.
Yeah, I guess the question is whether they would actually let you take out a patent on something like that. What is the patent for? Could you explain that a little more?
Yeah, what is the patent for, sir?
Okay, the patent is not for the sun, it's for the energy from the sun.
Gotcha.
As in to power a solar panel.
Yeah, I think they only let you patent the device itself. You can't patent a naturally occurring thing, though that's what the GMO companies do. When they alter something, then they claim ownership of it. But it's an intriguing idea. You ought to write it up as an idea, Wayne, just to get people thinking. I think it's a good exercise. Send it to us at writers@infowars.com. Thank you, Wayne. Vincent in Virginia. Then Sam and others. Go ahead, Vincent.
Hi, Alex and Mr. Lewis. Thanks for having me on. Down here in Virginia near Old Dominion University campus, where the women are pretty and the Gardasil commercials flourish. I just had a couple of questions/comments for you, Alex, and I had one for William Lewis. I was just wondering, I managed to get on Jason Bermas's show a couple of weeks ago. This is the first time I've been on yours, so it's a real big thing for me right now.
Well, it's big medicine having you. Go ahead and make your points.
Well, I was just wanting to know if you had ever, he said he had never seen the movie The Hidden Agenda by G. Edward Griffin. And it's an interview.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I heard it on Access TV probably 10 years ago.
I had seen a smattering of your movies. I bought a couple of them, and it's kind of hard to believe all that stuff without having a background like that. So, for anybody who's a skeptic, that's definitely one I would recommend Googling.
Well, G. Edward Griffin is in my new Fall of the Republic film. I mean, Alan Watt. Just the list goes on and on. This film's going to blow people away.
Yeah. I wish I made more money. I could get more of these movies that you guys put out.
Well, you can pass the free YouTube clips around. In-game, Obama Deception's all free in its entirety on YouTube.
Okay. I just had another question for Mr. Lewis.
All right, real fast. When we get back, you can ask that question. Good to hear from you there, Vincent. We'll come back then to Sam in the Netherlands, Virgil in Ohio, then Gary Franchi, the producer of the film. Stay with us.